certified relationship coach Matt Townsend says that communication problems are the #1 thing that couples complain about, but the key can be mastering not what you say, but mastering the nonverbal communication, so what you don't say.
Yes, because it says so much. Like, look, watch this quiet, silent moment.
Yeah, I think that's saying something.
It's saying awkward.
But it communicates. In fact, research shows it communicates more than anything you say. Most of us trust people. We trust more what we see than what they say. How are you doing? Great.
The sigh, the shrug, the head tilt.
So look at how much that communicated.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, if we're going to talk about communication issues, who's the best person to evaluate if we wanted to create fun, exciting, connected nonverbals? What group would you go to? A bunch of people that have been married 30 years?
Fun, exciting? No, a young,
vibrant, yearning,
way in love couple.
Where you can just smell the chemicals. You know those people?
Yeah.
You ever been to like a wedding and like you just smell chemistry? I hate that. But that's what we're doing today. We found this young couple that you stalked out, right?
Yeah.
And we hunted them down, and they were just trying to have lunch. And Darren shoved a camera in front of them, and you're going to see there's 5 major positive nonverbal behaviors we're looking for.
Okay.
So what's the first one?
Then I'm going to challenge everyone.
Oh.
I want you to do these with your partner. Okay, so the first one, positive facial expressions. Let's see one, Brooke.
A positive facial expression?
Yeah, let's see one.
Here we go.
Whenever you're ready. Focus. Oh, that was cute.
How was that?
That was great. That moved my heart. Positive facial expressions. So think about it. If you're yawning, that's a pretty interesting expression. If you're rolling your eyes, our faces are very, very expressive. Now look at this couple. He's in love, and she's
smiling.
Look at no, look at it. Wait till you see his, because it's so. Watch his eyes. What are his eyes saying? You, baby. You and me forever.
Oh my
but now watch. Look at how they can just look at each other and their eyes widen open a bit.
Yeah.
And they smile a lot. It's huge. She's smiling the whole time. I think it's because she's like, why is this guy filming us?
Well, my friend always says to her kids when they're angry or they're upset, try to get mad at me and raise your eyebrows.
Oh, that's a great
And you can't really do it. So that same idea, right? That
well, unless you've had Botox.
Well, there's that. There's always that.
Then there's always that.
Possible.
So the challenge is this. You go home, sit with your partner, and I want you to smile. And try to, with your eyes. Don't even tell them you're doing it. Don't tell anybody you're doing it. Just start to pay more attention and smile more.
Nuts.
Look, but don't be cheesy about it, or they're gonna like you're cheesy, like that smile that you just did, a little cheesy.
Okay.
But it's a good one. So the next one is touch. Now touch is the obvious one, right?
Yeah.
But touch doesn't always have to be like intimate touch. It's just like that I'm constantly touching. Oh, sorry, Brooke. Touch, 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 touch. Now watch this couple. They're sitting close together. Look at the old thumb, digit, what's it called? The index finger roll.
It's like real subtle stuff.
It's
It doesn't
subtle
have to be
stuff.
over the top.
It is the most subtle stuff. He puts his hand on her knee. You can't necessarily see that. Hand holding.
Okay.
When was the last time you just held your partner's hand? That would be, so touch is huge, and we already know touch induces a lot of endorphins, gets oxytocin flowing. All of these chemicals happen when we start to touch.
Right.
So your challenge with touch is I want you to make a conscious effort to touch your partner more. When your partner touches you, I want you to actually, and it sounds weird, touch them back. You ever held someone's hand that you knew they weren't like involved? You ever shook a guy's hand and they didn't feel like they were shaking it back?
Yeah.
So when your partner touches your hand or touches you, I want you to touch him back. Respond.
And it's just a little subtle thing.
A little
you
subtle.
Respond back.
In fact, I would do the more subtle, and I would pick up your game. I would touch 5 times more this week. Now, the best thing is some people are afraid to touch because it always leads to something, right, Darren? So we're gonna touch outside of like the bedroom area.
Yeah, okay.
Touch outside of the bedroom so it doesn't have to lead to anything.
Okay.
Right? So if you're in the kitchen, you know, touch.
Okay.
Okay. Run.
That's
Next one, open body positions. Now this is a weird one because if I cross my arms, it's gonna say something, right? If you're telling me something, honey, can I get some feedback? And I cross my arms and I lean away from you. What am I communicating?
I'm not into this.
I don't want this. So open bodies and open arms say something. I mean, just extending your arms open. Now watch this guy. They're both kind of facing forward. Now watch. See him turn to her?
Yeah, he did a little shoulder
and he opens up his,
rotate.
see how he opened his chest up? Did you see how that makes him so open to her?
Yeah.
And now watch, she touches. Now watch, he's touching. Now they're mixing them. Look, she's smiling. My dear friends in viewerland, this is called love. You are all watching love. That's what love looks like.
Can I make an observation?
No.
What?
Go ahead, I'll give you permission.
Show
I'd love to.
I'll give you permission.
Who's crossing their arms at the table right now? What does that say about you?
I was,
Are you trying to get rid of me? But I want you to notice how
Finally he
interesting
gets
that is.
it. No.
But do you see?
picking up on those
It's like, gosh, dude. That's so horrible. I don't feel safe anymore.
Okay.
But this openness is huge. And how many times, like in your marriage, do you get in bed and there's no openness, but your partner rolls on to their side, back to you, and pulls the covers really tight?
It's cold, you know, sometimes.
Whatever. What are they communicating?
Not into this.
You cannot not communicate. So open up.
Okay.
So face your partner more. The challenge on this one is, as your partner talks to you, position your body to be open to him or her, turn toward your partner and speak, and lean in a little bit.
Okay.
Leaning in communicates something, okay? Next one is proximity and closeness. That's part of the leaning in. Proximity, notice, is a lot of times, if you ever noticed, back in the day, you would always sit on the side of the booth at the restaurant with your partner. Because that was so cute. Now we sit as far away as we can. Watch this couple. He's like, oh, I got to show you something on my iPhone.
So
and he goes over
across the table.
and he gets closeness and proximity. And this is such a subtle thing, but notice where their heads are.
Their heads are like touching each other almost, aren't they?
The heads close together is serious nonverbal communication. If we have to share whatever we're looking at, but if we lean our heads in closer together, proximity. The closer you are, so without even touching, get closer.
Okay.
There's this about 1.5 feet of space that we call our personal space. Married couples should be in each other's personal space a little bit more. And then, simultaneously, sometimes we need less space.
Do these nonverbal cues, all of these challenges you're giving us,
Yeah.
I mean, can these play out, let's say you're having an argument, or things are tense, or things are heated?
Yeah.
Is that a time to put these into practice?
Well, I probably wouldn't like lean in too close. But
During the argument.
During the argument, but absolutely. And some of them would be maybe mitigate a lot of arguments. If I was communicating to you a lot more that I'm into you, it might mitigate a lot of other arguments. So we don't even need to have the fight.
Do you have a quick challenge for this one?
Yes, the quick challenge for this one is close the gap every chance you get by standing or sitting closer to your partner.
Okay, one last one.
Last one is eye contact. We'll do this one fast. This is just eye to eye. Windows to the soul. The eyes are the windows to the soul.
Yes, they are.
So watch their eyes. And also, when you look at his eye contact, look how much his eyes are communicating. Did you see the eyebrow lift a little bit? So that non-facial expression. The eyes can say so much more. I do exercises with my clients where I make them look into each other's eyes, and it kills them. Because they haven't looked into each other's eyes since they were yearning like that. It's a mess.
So our question on Facebook today is, who holds eye contact longer, husband or wife? What does that say about a couple if they're holding that eye contact longer?
Well, it could be they're creepy.
There's that.
There's that creep factor, but it could also be they're more, usually the person with the most power holds eye contact the longest.
Huh.
Now, that could be one thing. The other thing, though, is men inherently maintain less eye contact. The average gaze of a man is about 3 seconds.
Inherently, women have more power, too, in a relationship,
Well, you
too,
have
so
no
that might play
idea.
into it.
1 + 1 = 2.
So true.
So whoever has the longest eye contact is the one who perceives they have more power in the relationship.
And you'll notice that. If you feel powerless, you'll just walk away and go.